turn to our main event now, Rico versus Guto. A quick breakdown.
Well, it's Rico Verhoeven going to use a lot of good pressure fighting like he's always does, but he's going to really capitalize on those low kicks to slow down that Guto movement, because Guto is basically a heavyweight in a lightweight body. He's going to move and try to really use his kicks to create some spectacular offense and to become a new champion.
All right, it's time, ladies and gentlemen, our main event for the heavyweight championship of the world.
Oh, he's a very good fighter, you know. He's a complete fighter. A Dutch-style fighter, and I think my game is the perfect game to beat him.
For me, I'm focused on winning fights. I want to get that W, no matter what.
I have too many weapons. I bring everything with me, and now I'm ready to throw everything against him.
Every blow, every kick can be, the last one. You know, it's you can get hit and you go down. But I'm so focused. I'm feeling really good.
Yeah, I did a lot of conditioning for this fight, especially because it's 5 rounds, and I'm ready for 5 rounds, and I will looking for the knockout out the 5 rounds. I'm ready for it.
The best heavyweight kickboxer on the planet. He is the reigning and defending heavyweight champion of the world, the king of kickboxing, Rico Verhoeven. Guto Inocente.
You put the best heavyweights in the world against Rico, and he's won every single time.
And still, glory heavyweight champion of the world. It is time, ladies and gentlemen, for your main event of the evening. 5 rounds for the heavyweight championship of the world. Rico versus Guto. Fighting tonight out of Brasilia, Brazil. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Guto Inocente.
Guto going in for the kill. This would be the biggest win of his career.
Guto only has 1 loss in glory. He's got the potential to knock anyone out with his kicks.
They're going right back at it. Here comes Guto charging in again.
We've seen literally 2 minutes of non-stop Guto coming forward.
And another shot landed by Inocente.
He sent a stern warning to the world's heavyweights with a 40-second head kick knockout in his glory debut. Here is Guto Inocente.
Guto Inocente was a gang member in Brazil. Got shot when he was 17 years old, survived it, decided, you know what, I've got to change my life. I'm going to learn martial arts. Fell in love with kickboxing, found out he was pretty good at it, dedicated his life to it, and now it all comes to a head here tonight. It's the ultimate opportunity, the biggest moment of his life.
And you're talking about a lifelong martial artist who started martial arts with his father at the age of 4. So this is when the dream started at 4 years old. So you got to think it all comes down to this moment for him.
He's going, no worries.
decision for your winner, and now Glory Heavyweight Tournament World Champion, Rico Verhoeven!
Feel like a true champion.
And still, Glory Heavyweight Champion of the world!
And of course, I've been working my butt off for like forever. Motivation, dedication, hard work, that's what it's all about. And keep dreaming, and then one day your dream come true. Today, my dream came true, people. If you dream something, you can do it. If you believe it, you can do it, no doubt. The whole world can doubt you. If you believe it, you can do it.
His reign over the division now dates back to April of 2013, leaving Saki, Gita, Arts, and Butter in his wake. Here is Rico Verhoeven.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen, the king of kickboxing, and he's got that nickname for a reason, Joe. One of the best to have ever done it.
He's got this finish ability. Anyone you put in front of him, he's able to get a win, and he's had controversy of not having knockout power, so what does he do? He finished and stopped 4 of his last 6 opponents, and here he is making his 8th title defense.
Here's our tale of the tape for the heavyweight championship of the world. Rico Verhoeven, 29 years old. He's in the prime of his career. 6'5", 261. As for Guto Inocente, according to Las Vegas, he's about an 8-1 underdog. He's 32, 6'3", 248.
Professional experience edge goes to Rico Verhoeven, but what's even more important is that 5-round experience that Rico has, and he feels that Guto cannot handle 5 rounds with him.
Fight metric report. Neither man has been knocked down. Innocent with 1 KO victory, and it was the knockout of the year in 2016.
Let's take a look at my keys to glory. And it's for Rico Verhoeven to use his really strong basics. He needs to control the center of the ring and really look to use his devastating low kicks, where Guto Inocente, he needs to stay out, be dynamic on the outside, really control the pace, control his gas tanks, and let those kicks fly.
Ladies and gentlemen, your main event of the evening features 2 men trained at the feet of their fathers, a challenger toughened on the streets of his native Brazil, and a champion who has become one of the most dominant forces in the history of the sport. This bout sanctioned by the International Sport Kickboxing Association, and at the bell, your referee is Paul Nichols. For those with us live inside beautiful Johan Cruyff Arena and Glory fans watching from Holland to Houston, it's time for Glory! Let's meet the challenger. He is a 5-time Brazilian champion, also 3-time Pan American and South American champion. His professional record, 35 wins with 8 losses, 17 of those wins coming by way of knockout. He stands 6 feet 3 inches tall, 1.91 meters, and he weighed in at fight time at an even 248 pounds, 112.5 kilos. He comes to Amsterdam tonight, fighting out of Brasilia, Brazil. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Guto Inocente. His opponent standing on my left and fighting out of the white corner steps in the ropes tonight to make his 8th defense of the belt. His record, 54 wins with just 10 losses, and 16 of those career wins by knockout. He stands 6 feet 5 inches tall, 1.96 meters, and he weighed in at 261.3 pounds, 118.5 kilos. Fighting tonight out of the Netherlands, he is the reigning and defending, undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. He is the king of kickboxing, Rico Verhoeven. Your referee in charge of this championship belt is Paul Nichols.
Gentlemen, you understand the rules that you're fighting to. Protect yourself at all times, obey my commands at all times. World title fight, I expect you to fight for it. Touch gloves if you like. Push back.
Guto Innocente's
Judge, timekeeper.
challenge is this, Joe. Stop the unstoppable, beat the unbeatable. Perhaps the most dominant kickboxer Glory's ever seen. And it's for the heavyweight championship of the world. 5 rounds.
And right away, you see Rico wanting to pressure, and that pressure is going to slow down the movement and the kicking of Inocente. That's why Rico's staying close. If Guto's got space, that's where he can mix in those spin kicks.
Conventional wisdom says if Guto wins this fight, it's got to be by an early knockout. We've seen him in the past fatigue late in fights.
Yeah, he says he's prepared really hard on his conditioning. So we'll see if that pays off. But Guto's one of those fighters that if he has you hurt, he's going in for the finish, whether it means emptying the tank or not.
He's never been 5 rounds in Glory before. Spinning back fist there from Guto. Look at the tree trunk legs on Rico Verhoeven. That low kick didn't phase him.
Yeah, right away you're going to see Rico really try to utilize his pressure and low kicks. Good low kicks will slow down the movement of Guto, also shut down the kicking.
We saw Jamal bin Sadiq get Rico into a little bit of trouble in round 1. That gives Guto and other fighters hope they can do the same.
Break! Fight!
And there's Rico with a left kick.
And you've seen Rico playing with stance switches as he's walking forward. I know that's something they've been working on. Being able to go southpaw, throw a few strikes from there.
And how hard is it for Guto to stay patient, stay breathing, not get fatigued, not get too worn down already?
Well, it's tough because Rico's pressuring, and that's what Rico said in his pre-fight interview. He's like, a lot of people think they can go 5 rounds, but until you step in the ring with me, you have no idea how brutal that pressure is.
Rico gets better as the fight progresses usually. Guto seems to fade away.
You already see those Verhoeven low kicks.
Guto bought a custom mouthpiece that he's wearing right now that says "and new." He'd love to hear Tim Hughes say that tonight. Would change his life forever. But right now, Rico doing what he does, Joe.
Yeah, and it's strong basics. You see good, strong defense, everything good with good technique. Dennis Crowell from Super Pro really focuses on the basics. It's not about spinning and doing all this crazy things. Strong basics has made Rico so dominant.
Great. This is the 8th title defense for Rico Verhoeven, and really no one's come close to beating him, Joe, let's be honest, except for maybe Sadiq in that first round.
Yeah, you gotta really catch him. You can't just sit there and throw those conventional strikes. You gotta go on angles. You gotta throw something, you know, offbeat.
Well, Guto's got a round under his belt now. Maybe he can regroup here and come out firing.
Yeah, he needs to stay relaxed. He got that first round out of the way, but he's facing, you know, one of the best kickboxers of all time, Rico Verhoeven. That's why he changed his name from the Prince to the King. Still 29 years old, so there's a lot of fight left in Rico. And first won his title at Glory 17. We actually won it at the same time. That's when I won mine. And he's riding on a 16-fight win streak as well.
As for Guto Inocente, that's the quote we've heard a lot this week. I do what needs to be done. I can fight against any style. He's got that brutal ballet type of style, Joe. He does things that guys his size simply aren't supposed to be able to do.
There's a lot of confidence because their styles, you know, are ideally what beats the other person. To beat Rico, you got to be spectacular with your offense. To beat Guto, you need good basics and pressure.
All 5 judges giving it to Rico round 1. We thought Guto would have to pressure Rico, be right on top of him, but right now that's not happening.
Yeah, there's a nice left hook from Rico Verhoeven.
Break! Break! Fight!
Another spinning attempt there for Guto.
Fight!
13 kicks landed for Verhoeven compared to 6 for Inocente.
Leg kicks, they're gonna add up. Guto needs to try to circle out a little bit more, not staying in the right in front of Rico.
You know, Guto's a big guy with massive legs, but compared to Rico, he looks like a 13-year-old. Oh, nice right hand from Rico.
Yeah, that's a nice right kick, right punch combination. Rico's doing a lot of step attacking. You see him stepping, feinting to a southpaw. If Guto's there, he throws his kick from a southpaw. If Guto backs up, he'll switch stances again, go back to his orthodox, and attack with his right low kick. That's what those step attacks are working on. A safe way to close distance and create different stances.
Verhoeven 14 of 14 for leg kicks. Hasn't been checked once.
Oh, good timing. When Guto punches, Rico throws the low kick. When Guto exits, the low kick's there. So good timing. When Guto can't block, that's when Rico throws it.
Nothing really landing flush for Guto.
He's throwing a little bit more in volume. Doesn't look like he has the power.
Another low kick connected there beautifully for Verhoeven. And if you take the kicks away from Inocente, if his legs are beaten up to the point he can't throw kicks, this fight will be over.
Well, not only that, if you take the legs, it takes away his punches as well.
Your entire foundation is gone.
Yeah, you lose the ability to kick and the ability to box, and you can't move like you did before.
Rico said he wants to become the perfect fighter. Wants to be able to take what he does in the gym into a live fight. Master his craft. Some would say he's mastered it already.
A true martial artist will never be perfect, so it's that journey to perfection that's keeping Rico motivated in this game.
Well, Joe, maybe Guto's trying to save a little energy, but if you're in his corner, do you say, look, man, you got to just go all out here and see if we can do something?
Basically, my advice for Guto would be go and fight. Leave it all out there. Show me your warrior fighter spirit and go out there and do what you can. And man, Rico's just that pressure and those low kicks have just started adding up. You see Guto throw, but every time Rico lands those low kicks, you see the reaction from Guto. You see his leg swipe out. That was that nice right kick, right hand combination. But you can see every time, whether it's a right low kick or left low kick, Rico's catching you on that exit. Here's that good Rico showing his good right hand offense. You got to think he's been sparring partners with guys like Tyson Fury. So, you know, he's got good hands as well.
Fight! Yeah, I asked Rico who's going to win that Tyson Fury-Deontay Wilder fight. He said, man, Tyson Fury's the hardest guy to hit, and he's almost 7 feet tall. But right now, Rico's pretty hard to hit. Guto cannot find the key to his lock. Another sweep for Verhoeven, according to the judges in round 2. Nice counter right there from Guto.
Yeah, a little better. Try to throw overhands and uppercuts.
But Joe, the blueprint to beat Rico 101 says you can't stand and trade with him at distance.
Yeah, but the problem is he pressures you. He forces you into his fight. You can have a game plan, but a good pressure fighter is going to make you fight his fight. So really, to have a good fight with Verhoeven, you have to be able to fight on angles from that head-to-head range. Shuffle out, pivot out to the outside, and try to create angles. Don't just stay right in front of him. That step attacking from Verhoeven.
Rico going for the high kick. We asked Rico if he could do the type of spinning stuff that Guto does. He said, yeah, but it's not really my thing. We said, give us one tonight. He said, I'll think about it.
Yeah, you can see the total kicks landed. Verhoeven landing 39 to the 14 of Inocente. But yeah, Rico doesn't want to throw those spin attacks. What happens is you take your body position, you lose your structure in your defense. With strong basics, he doesn't need to do that.
Yeah, you sacrifice that stuff for the element of surprise. Rico doesn't need to surprise you. He just does what he does. There's another jab from Rico, and the crowd appreciating the handiwork.
Rico's been on a nice finish streak. He's finished 4 of his last 6 opponents, and earlier on in Rico's 8th title defense, 7 title defenses, a lot of controversy was he wasn't finishing his opponents, so he stepped it up.
Rico says, I'm not about finishing guys, I just want W's. But when you're in this environment, in this stadium, you've got to want to finish.
Yeah, absolutely, and if he's going to get one tonight, it's going to be low kicks, and Guto's going to expect the low kick, and maybe Rico goes upstairs or goes in with the hands.
Fatigue is setting in for Guto, and pain as well. He's taken a lot of shots. 85 total strikes absorbed by the Brazilian.
Rico's changing up his low kick. Sometimes you'll see him hit the lead leg, and one of his favorite low kicks is he attacks the inside of the back leg. Not many people can land those. It takes really good timing.
Good 1-2 there for Guto.
Stop!
And a parting shot from the King there at the end of round 3. Well, it's all gone wrong for the Brazilian, Joe. He's got to change something.
Yeah, right from the start, that pressure just seemed to be too much.
Glory returns to France for the 2nd time in 2018 for Glory 60. Leon Harouk Grigorian versus the best, Cedric Doumbé, who's trying to recapture the welterweight title in front of his home countrymen. Also, Yusuri Belgarwi and Victor Pinto in key matchups.
A lot of the highlights are Rico Verhoeven, but you can see some of the work from Guto Inocente. Through his jab from a southpaw, came up with that left, almost you can almost call it like an uppercut or a rear straight. But you can see Verhoeven just power in his hands as well.
Fight! We enter the championship rounds here in Amsterdam. It's been all Rico so far. Guto's going to need a knockout. It's pretty clear. Again, a sweep for round 3.
Yeah, see, that's what I like from Guto. You see him trying to be fancy with his footwork, trying to create some angles.
Oh. Guto looking more like Neymar there.
I think most of us expected Rico to win a decision, but can he get a finish here, I think is the big question. I think that's why everyone's a little quiet, trying to see what Rico can put together.
Total strikes landed. Whoa!
That's an illegal sweep. That's definitely an illegal sweep, but maybe Guto just needed to get Rico off his game.
Public warning, next time I take a point. You cannot do that. You cannot do that. Over there. Over there.
Yeah, you see the hand come around. Would have been a nice takedown, maybe in judo.
Yep. Remember, he is a UFC veteran. He has 2 fights in the UFC, so he does have a jiu-jitsu base.
Well, he needed to mix this thing up, and maybe he needed to get Verhoeven a little angry. This crowd's starting to rile up.
Yeah, absolutely. When Rico was walking to the neutral corner, he just stared at Guto. So maybe Rico will open up now. Or did it wake Rico up?
low kick there. Makes Guto stumble forward.
Fight!
To the temple from Rico. Guto didn't like it. And another low kick as the knees buckle in together. Oh, a left hook from Rico.
And Rico's
Guto
trying to open
ready
up.
to go. High kick now.
Yeah, Rico's opening up with his boxing a little more now. And he's mixing his high kicks.
Blood trickling out of the nose of the Brazilian now. Oh, and a left and a right for Rico.
Rico has a really solid overhand right. We saw that against Benjamin Adekboy, but there's a good counter left hook.
Brilliant left hook.
That nice overhand right again from Verhoeven.
Guto's taking the shots, though. Give him that.
Yeah, he's trying, and he's just spinning and doing what he can. Really showing tough heart.
Break! Fight!
Guto's never been this deep in a glory fight. He's only been 3 rounds. He's just made it through 4 against the champ. 1 more to go. 3 minutes left here in Amsterdam.
Guto looks tired and needs to make sure he keeps his hands defensive. Rico's opening up with this boxing.
There's Rico's wife, the mother of his 3 children. Little Vince, his baby boy, just turned 1. Rico is happy to tell us all about that.
And let's take these highlights, and it all started with this sweep from Guto, which is an illegal move. You saw him basically take both of the legs out and spin Verhoeven. Basically did a cartwheel there. And then it kind of set him off, and you see Verhoeven really come in, land that good left knee from the clinch. And he started really opening up with his boxing here, but these knees from the clinch have just almost put Guto there, almost landed clean.
Good clean round.
Rico's wife, Jackie, reacting pretty well there in the audience. They hug it out. 3 minutes left here in Amsterdam. The heavyweight championship of the world on the line. It has been a dominating affair by Rico Verhoeven for sure. Rico, or rather Guto, has held up pretty well. Has taken a lot of damage, 121 strikes absorbed so far. Has not won a round.
He's been really forced to box, and I think that it's been a different game for him because he usually gets to have his distance and his space to kick. Now he's forced to get into a boxing match.
Well, boxing is where Rico excels. He's got that boxing-based camp down there in the south of Holland. Knees landed, 17 for Verhoeven, 2 for Inocente.
Break! Fight! Break! Fight!
Nice left hook there for Rico on the exit.
Rico seems to be a little bit more patient, but those counter punches seem to be the best for Rico in this round.
Break!
Rico glancing up at the clock, see how much time is left. The answer's 1:20. Another spinning back fist for Guto. I don't think any of them landed.
Fight!
He just ran out of ideas, Joe.
Yeah, usually he would like to throw that spin kick, but that closer range turns it into a spinning back fist.
Fight!
He doesn't have the power right now to even shock Rico with anything, but landed a good right uppercut there.
Break!
Guto's best moment of the fight was an illegal moment.
Fight!
That judo throw in round 3. The crowd buzzing. They want to finish here from Rico. He's got less than a minute to do it, though.
Another right uppercut from Guto.
Oh, and a high kick there for Rico. Shows you the stamina and the conditioning of Rico that he's able to throw that high kick at this stage of the game.
Yeah, a lot of heavyweights say they don't like to kick too much because it's exhausting having that big weight, but Rico's almost the exact opposite. He can volume kick for 5 rounds, no problem.
10 seconds left here. And that'll do it. Guto surprisingly goes 5 full rounds, but they all belong to the king, Rico Verhoeven.
Regardless, out of this fight, Guto Inocente is going to learn a lot about himself as a fighter and as a kickboxer, and I'm sure as a martial artist, he's going to take that and continue to improve.
The king still reigns over the heavyweight division. We'll make it official from Amsterdam when we return.
We welcome you back to the Johan Cruyff Arena for our main event highlights, and it was all Rico Verhoeven really pressuring, using his real strong basics to close the distance, and that was the key for him in this fight. Stay close to Guto to shut down his kicks and his spectacular offense, and Rico really found his low kicks, staying close and finding them over and over again, and his ability to mix his low kicks. We saw him go right low kicks, left low kicks, and even change levels. Some moments of the fight, was even able to showcase some of his boxing, but that pressure was just too much for Guto to handle. He couldn't handle the inside boxing range. Here was that illegal sweep that he was warned for. Woke Rico up a little bit, but that 5th round, Guto was just trying everything he could. Spinning back fists, tried for a few good uppercuts right here, but ultimately the king with a strong defense and was able to get, again, his 8th title defense. Look at our final stats. Rico Verhoeven dominating in the kicks, knees department. Guto actually have a slight advantage with the boxing, but total strikes, all Rico Verhoeven. Strikes by zone, Guto really looking at using his boxing to the head, where Rico was able to use body kicks, knees, as well as low kicks to get, the dominant win. Strikes by round, clear sweep for Rico Verhoeven. Forward pressure and low kicks.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 championship rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard. All 5 of our ringside judges scored about the same, 50-45, a unanimous decision for your winner. And still, glory heavyweight champion of the world, the king of kickboxing, Rico Verhoeven. Here to present the belt, Core Hammers, joined by our glory chairman, Pierre Andera, our vice president of Europe operations, Bert van der Reed, and from talent operations, Mr. Ramon Dalder.
Here with Rico Verhoeven, congratulations on a dominating performance. It was a sweep all 5 rounds. What performance grade would you give yourself?
Let's say it was okay. There's always room for improvement, so we gotta watch the video, go back to the drawing board, and get better again.
What's your message to this crowd? They showed up in droves. You sold every ticket here tonight at the Johan Cruyff Arena.
All right, give me 1 second because I got a lot to say tonight. Oh my God. Amsterdam, Johan Cruyff Arena, you guys look beautiful! Oh, I gotta watch out, I'm not gonna start crying. Oh my God, you guys all came out, not just for me, but for the whole fight card tonight. All the guys tonight were amazing. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. I enjoyed myself here in the ring with Guto. And if we all can come out and enjoy sports and entertainment, all races, all together, we having a good night tonight. So if we can enjoy sports together, we can live together, we can love together. Amsterdam Arena, my name is Rico Verhoeven, and I'm out. Thank you guys.
Rico Rico Verhoeven making his 8th title defense and spoken like a real champion. When asked about his performance, he really wants to go back, look, and improve. And that's why he's been so dominant as a champion and as a heavyweight kickboxer, because he knows there's always areas and rooms to improve in this game.
Rico Verhoeven sounded like Rocky Balboa after he beat Ivan Drago there in Rocky IV. If you can change, we all can change.